Boys and girls watching, who made the sun? Boys and girls watching, yes, God did. And girls, who made the grass? God did. Boys, who made the trees?
God.
God did. That's right. Who made you?
God.
And who made the animals?
God.
God did. That's right. And today we're going to talk about another one of God's creatures, and I'm excited. But first, class stand. We've been learning a lot about birds. So let's sing about the birds, and this is what we're going to sing. Are you ready? We're going to sing, when birds get up in the morning, they always say good day. And so they're going to say what? Tweet, tweet, tweet. Okay, here we go. Boys and girls watching, you got your little birdie out? Here we go. When birds get up in the morning, they always say good day. When birds get up in the morning, they always say good day. They say tweet, 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 tweet. That is what they say. They say tweet, 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 tweet. That is what they say. Excellent job. Sit down. Now, some birds, they say their own name, don't they? Like the chickadee. So when he gets up in the morning, he would say, chickadee, 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 chickadee. That is what he says, And then how about the whippoorwill? What does he say? Whippoorwill, whippoorwill. So when the whippoorwill would get up in the morning, he wouldn't say tweet, tweet, tweet. He'd go whippoorwill, 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 whippoorwill. Just like that. Oh, how fun. So each bird has their own little sound. Well, I want to talk to you today about another bird. Let's look at this bird right here. Do you see? It's like he's wearing a hood over his head. What does it look like? A hood, but it's not a hood. It's his feathers that God put on him. And these feathers are what color? Red. That's right. This is the woodpecker. What is this bird? A woodpecker. Now, there's woodpeckers that don't have the red hoods over their head. So this one would be called a red-headed woodpecker. What is it called?
Red-headed woodpecker.
Now, that's easy to remember, isn't it? Because he's got what?
Red feathers.
Yes, he's got red feathers, or his red head. So his head is red, so he's the red-headed woodpecker. Now look at the woodpecker. God made him so beautiful. He's got white tummy. He's got black feathers right here and some white feathers. He does have that red hood on his head. And what is that thing called?
A bill.
A bill. That's right, a bill. And they use that bill to get food. They use that bill to crack open things, but for the woodpecker, he's almost like a little hammer. He's almost like a little hammer because he uses that bill to knock on the bark of the tree. But because he's a bird, we're going to say he pecks. What is he doing? Pecks. So he uses his bill and he sits there and he goes like this. He goes. So he's pecking at it. It's kind of like when the chickens run around in the chicken yard and they're getting their seeds that the farmer throws out. They're pecking. They're pecking at it to get it to eat it. And that's what he's doing. He's pecking at the tree bark and he's drilling a hole with his bill to find some worms, to find some bugs that he likes to eat, and to make a home for himself. And so he likes to cling. That's what he's doing. Do you see how his body is not on the bark? It's not on the tree. He's using his big claws that he has. He has claws. His toes are like claws, almost like little hands, but they're really sharp. And they can just grab into the tree. You can hold a tree, can't you? Sometimes it's fun. You can put your arm around it like you're hugging a tree. Or maybe if you're playing hide and go seek and you put your arm and you're looking like this, but you're not hanging off the tree, are you? No, you're not clinging off of it because you can't dig your hands into the bark. It's too hard. God made those trees solid and hard so they will grow and they will last a long time. But God made the woodpecker to have those claws that are sharp and they can dig right into that tree. So when he flies and then he comes and he just clings right to it. And then while he's clinging to it, he can sit there and peck, 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 peck. You try it. Cling to a tree. There you go. Now peck, 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 peck. Good job. All right. So he's pecking and he's trying to find his food that he can eat inside of there. Now, what is this part of the tree called? The bark. That's right. The bark. That's the outside. That's the outside layer of the tree. Kind of like we have bones inside of our body, and then our skin is our outside layer. Touch your skin. That's your outside layer. Good. So the tree has an outside layer, and that's the bark. Sometimes you can pull that bark off, but you probably need to leave it alone because God wants it to stay there. It keeps the tree to be healthy, and so it'll last a long time. You don't want to mess with the tree. You don't want to pull the bark off. Now, sometimes it just falls off, and then you can touch it that way. Is the bark really soft and cuddly? No, it's not, isn't it? It is really rough. It is really, really rough. So you really don't want to get too close to a tree. But if you do touch a tree, you can tell that it's really rough, kind of rigidy and really hard. But the woodpecker likes it because that's where he knows to go find his food, because under that bark, if you pull back the bark, sometimes you'll see those little creepy crawly bugs. Sometimes they're little spiders, sometimes they're little ants that are crawling and different kind of things, and he likes to peck at that tree, at that bark, and he will find those little tiny itty bitty bugs that he likes to eat. Oh, do you like bugs? No, God didn't make us to eat bugs, did he? But he made the birds to like bugs. He made the birds to like the worms. Have you ever heard that saying that says the early bird gets the worm? Well, that's what happens. The little birds like to get up in the morning and they make their little sound, their tweet tweet or their whippoorwill or chickadee or whatever they say. And the woodpecker likes to go and peck, 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 peck. You peck. Peck, 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 peck. All right, stop. And they peck on that wood to get their little worms so they can have their breakfast. Sometimes they might go and find a worm and then bring it back to their nest and feed the babies. Oh, isn't that fun? It would be fun to do that. But I'm so glad that we can learn about all these different types of birds. I didn't even know all these birds, and we haven't even touched how many birds. There are hundreds and hundreds probably of different kinds of birds that God made. And we can learn about them if we work hard. And as you're learning to read, do you know that you could go to a library and you could check out books about birds and you can learn all about different birds? But we're just learning today about this bird. Which kind of woodpecker is this one?
The red-headed woodpecker.
Yes, he's the red-headed woodpecker. And the reason why they call him the red-headed woodpecker is because he's got the what on his head? The red feathers, and he likes to peck, and that's what he does. And so whenever you're maybe at your house or you're outside and all of a sudden you hear, and it sounds like somebody's hammering in a tree, you can stop and say, oh, I think it's what is this called? You can think that maybe it's the red-headed woodpecker. Oh, boys and girls watching, maybe you've actually seen one of those. Maybe you have one that lives right in a tree in your backyard. That would be so neat to get to see that red-headed woodpecker. I'm glad that we can learn about all the different things that God made, and especially all these different birds. It's so neat to learn about them and how they make different sounds, and they sing differently, and they like to look for their food differently, just like the woodpecker does.